Alright, have you ever wanted Fullbright in Starbound for testing purposes? If you have, then this is the video just for you. To start with, let's launch Starbound. That never remembers trust this application. Let's launch Starbound and see what it looks like by default. You're probably already used to this, but it's good to cover it nonetheless. This is Starbound. This is Starbound full screen at almost 2560 by 1440. That's irrelevant, but it sounds nice. So, selected my testing single player character, Deathbird, and now we're in Starbound. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of blackness here, and you can use the matter manipulator to uncover some of the blackness, which is handy, but it's very tiresome to go over every single hidden block. Well, every single hidden block of 4 blocks. So, what can we do about that? Well, now first I will say, I don't recommend using this for gameplay. I recommend doing this when you need to quickly progress to the end of the current content to test. That's all I recommend using this for. I do not recommend using this for playing. Unless you want to play it like that. That's entirely up to you. That's why some people use inventory editors. Because why not? It doesn't hurt anyone else as long as they're not playing competitively, and it's entirely up to the person in question. You can play normally like this if you want, but I don't recommend it. So, let me show you what you have to do. Quit out of Starbound here. Now, you'll notice here, I've got the lighting.config file opened up in Notepad++. Regular Notepad will work just fine, but I prefer Notepad++. So here we've got C, program file, Steam, Steam apps, common, Starbound, assets, and lighting.config. This is the file we want to change. Now, very handily and very conveniently and very nicely, the developers have commented this config file, which is lovely. It makes this job much easier. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between these two sections. The lighting section here. Nope, that's the breakpoint. I don't want a breakpoint. The lighting section here and the intensity section here. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is here. It'll be something internal in the engine that we're not meant to know yet. But either way, they are different values, so do bear that in mind. Now, the ones we want to change are maximum distance through rock that 100% ambient light can pass through. Spread max obstacle is set to 8. And in the intensity section here, it's set to 4. So let's increase those values a little bit, shall we? Let's increase them to, say, 200 and 100. Does that sound good? That sounds good to me. Let's save that and relaunch Starbound. And then we'll see what effect that had. Run Unlimited, of course. Now, if you're thinking that that will increase how much light will spread through the rocks, you'd be correct, because that is exactly what it does. Deathbird. Now, we will immediately see on our ship here, which we'll load in a second, that the outer hull is incredibly bright in comparison to what it usually is. That shows this is working. Oh hey, look at this. I can see through all of the terrain. This is incredibly handy. This is incredibly handy for testing purposes. As I'm sure you can imagine, if you want to quickly progress, you use this. Now, of course, you could always dupe items, but honestly, I would kind of prefer this because it keeps some of the regular gameplay in with the testing, which is kind of essential if you're going to be testing for bugs. So yeah, now you might notice this is not exactly ideal yet because there's quite a lot of flickering from because the torches, the light off the torches flicker, and as it flickers, the proximity, the radius it spreads out, reduces and expands a little bit, and that causes these dark spots here. So we want to fix that, don't we? So what we can just do is increase how far through the dirt it'll spread. Let's increase it to 1600 and 800, maybe? Now that's a really large increase, but that should hopefully eliminate the dark spots. Because, I mean, the dark spots aren't really a problem, they're just distracting. So let's see if that did anything. We will wait for it to load up again. Single player, Deathbird. Now, if this works, then we've basically got a fully working Fullbright, which is lovely. Now, there is flickering, but it's very minimal. Well, the flickering is actually more noticeable, but the black spots are basically completely gone. They're basically completely gone now. In fact, let me go to a completely random ship and we'll see how it works without any torches on the world. See if I've got enough fuel here. I have enough fuel. Let's just pick a random... Get out of the seat. Zoom out, pick a random Gamma Sector world. Why Gamma Sector? Why not? We will choose... That's a gas giant. Level 29 grasslands, that should do. We'll head to the grasslands. I'm going to cut here and I'll see you there. Alright, welcome back. We are now at this random Gamma Sector planet. Let's head down. Now, as you can see, it works without any torches even. And that's because I believe the... Oh, wow, it hadn't even loaded in there. And that's, I believe, because the ambient light counts the sunlight. So maybe when it gets dark, it will become far less visible. I don't know for certain. But if that does happen, you can just shove some torches down and it should give you... Oh, wow, you see that there? That is an absolutely massive improvement there. Just get rid of that torch. And the light level reduces dramatically. So yeah, that is this mod. I say mod, it's really just two parameters being changed in, two values being changed in a configuration file, but hey. Yes, 1600 for that, for the spread max obstacle in the lighting section, and 800 for the spread max obstacle in the intensity section. Now, while I've got you here, as a matter of fact, there are actually quite a few other neat little config things here. Merchant scan factor, don't know what that does. Planet gen, you can actually tweak the freaking planet generation. Now, I would not recommend touching any of these at all, ever. Purely because if you change one of these teeny little values, any one of these numbers, then the planet generation could very well be completely 100% different to anyone else's, and that, well, that might be something you want, actually. That could be something you want, but don't touch this file. Please don't touch this file. Perf, what's perf? Performance? No, that doesn't make much sense. Hunger. I can tweak the... Oh, I can tweak the hunger messages. Oh, well, that's good. That's neat. How about humanoid? Configuration data for the humanoid renderer. Yeah, all of these configuration files are user editable. They're all plain text and just ready for you to open. Which is lovely. I love it. I love that they've done that. I love that they let you do that. You can even change the tooltip hover radius. That's nice. That actually bugs me. I might reduce that to 2 or something. Liquids. You can tweak how liquids work. You can tweak everything. But basically, lighting.config here. Change these values. In fact, you can change the point max obstacle and the point max obstacle there. What? No. The spread max is ambient light and point max is light from light sources such as your torch. So if you increase the point max obstacle in both areas, then your torch will shine through rock, which is very nice. You might just want that. It won't uncover the whole screen, but that's okay. And they've actually got a typo here. I just noticed that typo. M to B. M to B. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. I will see you in the next one.